object which can show something about the world around you. So, a little bit about myself. When I was a child, my father was a carpenter, so I made some woodcraft, and actually I built some planes, some things called which fly on the string. Not a plane, but no,
Planner.
not a planner, but this. Come on, I forgot English again.
You explained it normal way, and we can help you.
I know what
You run with it and it flies on a rope.
Okay.
Come on.
No, I don't know.
What's the dragon? Yeah, kind of airstake. There you go. So, but the plane that I built usually fly it only when you throw them well enough and not for a long time. So, about like when I was in 5th grade, I switched to drawings. I read a lot of books, radio journals. I couldn't understand what's written there, but I read that. Well, and about this time, I decided that I go to this faculty, which I finished. But I was disappointed with that education. So this is one of my projects during work. So as you can see, it's a complete mess. But when you just dig it in, it's much more simpler than it seems.
What is it?
Well, this is a front panel with a couple of sensors for emulator of airplane.
What?
So here in CSU they built kind of emulators of airplane. They got a hand glider, so this is like a hand glider with a motor. So, and this is for the second prototype. It's kind of I don't know which one. But they just built the model of airplane and learn students to fly them. So this is the small part of it. And this is the first prototype when schematics was completely built. This is all made by hands with Wolf. But due to mistakes, almost all the path should be cut, and I'm trying to show you something, but I forgot. Well, all of these parts should be cut and, well, resoldered with wires, just because I made some mistakes. And this is one of the bad things about hardware, that if you mess with something, you did something wrong, it's a lot of work to repair it, or to make it work. And also it's a bit more complicated to debug, well, instead of programming, when you just need a computer. So this is just basic logic. Well, I completed a couple of more projects, which some of them go in a mass production. It's about 20-50 devices per year, which I completed by myself. And there's a couple of research projects also. This is truly awesome when you just build something and it will begin to work. Suddenly, unexpectedly, after a lot of hours of work. And it was before. But for now, it's much more simpler to create such things. For example, this whole thing, these like boards, these all wires, these all chips can be swapped. Can be swapped by only one chip, which you just need to program, and that's all. And programming this chip is really easy, but I'll explain it a little bit later. So, this was quick resume of this, that I love to create things. And right now, you may probably heard about 3D printers. And basically I hate all these talks about 3D printers, because it's so simple, so easy to create, just because I don't understand why people are so passionate about it. Yes, it was impossible to create like wrapped prototypes with high quality. just need to make some molds, make some woodwork, or just with a hammer hit something until you get the result. And actually, why I hate this? Because this 3D printers is just a couple of servos, a couple of motors which can move by 3 different axes. So, and what I want to show you is almost a 3D printer made from old floppy drives. So this is 3 floppy drives which are mounted one of each other, and they can draw letters. Unfortunately, you can't see this, but there are a couple nice, pretty nice font down there.
But is it a 3D or what?
Hmm?
Is it a 3D?
2D printer.
Well, it can easily be modified to 3D printer. Instead of a pen, you just put an extruder, which extrudes some plastic, hard plastic, which after that forms a shape. So basically, it's the same thing, and it can do same tasks as a 3D printer.
I think it is not difficult to make.
It's really easy to make.
It is more difficult to make a technology to put a material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extrude?
What?
Not
To
extrude,
extrude
but to create a plastic which can melt easily, and then it will just hard easily after and cold quickly enough. So this is what really makes this technology accessible. There is also another one technology which can let you print from a metal, and this is basically also can be done in like in your garden or in your garage. Well, this is the reason I don't like all these talks. And basically all this stuff can be easily made by hands. So next thing that I want to tell you is about electronic things which can not interrupt by mess with your privacy. So actually it doesn't really differs from usual cables like you can see from here. But what's more interesting into this cable, there are some microchips which can allow you to sniff the data which are going by this data link. For example, if you use this cable with a keyboard, it can log everything that you're typing. All your passports, all your messages, everything. And this is cable which looks like a usual VGA cable. Also got some chips inside, and that allows to record everything that you see on your monitor.
It's a spy technology.
It's not spy technology, it's the current technology which can be built at home, just at a cost for a couple of bucks.
There was a scandal recently about those sort of modified USB connectors.
Yeah, there was just, well, at the end of the presentation I will tell the reason why I just show these pictures and just quickly go
You know there are some
over them.
how to say Russian production, for example mouses or keyboards. It is cost about maybe some $100, because just of they have a certificate that they can be used in government places. They have some form, how to say, and they're very expensive.
Yeah, that's right. But what I can tell the story will happen in one of the factories in Chelyabinsk. So, as you may probably see in your IT technology rooms, all ports of the computer is just glued, so you can't insert anything in it. So it was on my department before. Or they're just blocked, so you can't use them. So what we did, we just take the mouse out, use our flash card and copy everything that we wanted. And on this factory, they decided to go another way. They just put a hub, USB hub, into the mouse and use it as a free USB port. So everything is runnable. And next thing about communications. Well, basically, when you use your mobile phone, it emits radio wave, and this radio wave propagates anywhere. You can control them, but in mobile phone they just around you. And everyone who is close to you can listen to your mobile phones. And developing of technology allows got small receiver which can receive signals in a really wide range of frequencies. It can be used to sniff mobile phones, can use it to sniff well, all three types of mobile phones. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and every single radio device that you can use. After that it can be decoded and just sold. For example, if this is phone communication of some really important person. And this is also can be used in home technologies. Actually, I got one of these receivers with me. Unfortunately, I can't right now show you how it works, but it was cost like $20 from AliExpress. And maybe I'll make one period how you can sniff mobile traffic.
Mobile traffic is encoded, but not very good algorithm.
There are several options how you can decode this mobile traffic. First one, you get physical access to the phone, so you can read the code access from memory SIM card, and then you can easily decode it. The second option, you got rainbow table. This is the table which consists of hashes of password. So password usually do not store it in a text. They encrypt it. And this is encrypted password called hash. Without having a key, you can't restore your password. And rainbow tables allow them easily allow to crack this password. Not easily, they're quite.
Encryption algorithm isn't that complicated. I mean, the one used for mobile
GSM, yeah.
solar is not that hard
Yeah, it's just
to find the key, I guess. And you
it's
don't need
a matter of hours.
yeah, it's a powerful computer.
But what more interesting, you usually dump the signal, so you just take it with you, and then you can decode it anywhere, so you don't need to be into the network or somewhere else near your target. And well, actually, with using these things, you can, which I made at home, listen to radio frequencies of all people of Chelyabinsk, which in a range and listen to airplanes, communications, and take in service signals from airplanes. So it's basically number of rays, number of plane, number of route, altitude, longitude, basically coordinates, and everything just quite easy and at your fingertips.
There are websites if those information is freely available.
But it's more fun when you just take it from nowhere. Yeah, and it's easily publicly accessible. And next photo, well, it's like a bug which can which let you just listen to someone's voice. And I just show it to show the size of it, just 5 kopek coin. And the cost of it is like 10 rubles if you buy all necessary parts in our local store, radio store. And it also can be built in a second. So what I want to tell that right now is really easy to create things and things which are not well, maybe not safe, but otherwise this let people who just do not familiar with technologies build some their own and complete their own ideas and bring them to life. For example, there is one platform, Arduino. You may heard of it. It's make you really easy to code and develop your own firmware and make your own physical devices. So basically what you need is some really low-grade knowledge of programming, and basically that's all. Actually, I wanted to show you one demo today. This is how to turn a usual mouse, into a camera, but unfortunately I forgot the USB cable. Well, I can show you the hardware which I used for that. This is basically Arduino. I hate this platform. And this is usual mouse. I just directly soldered into sensor of the mouse. Then I just connect it to the board, and I can transfer everything from a sensor to notebook, to computer. Probably I might have a picture of the result. No, I haven't got it. But it's like as a usual camera, but very low resolution. It's about 18 by 18 pixels with 16 shadows of gray. 16 shadows. Well. And why I hate this platform? I don't like it because it's very simple, as I tell. But when you want to make some real devices which can work in a factory environment, it's impossible to use these devices, just because you don't know how it will behave in some strict conditions. And to make these well, reliable things, you just need to know a little bit better your field of subject. About programming languages, someone asked, should I learn a lot of programming languages? Was it?
Who asked?
I guess Nastya.
No, she said, like, do you consider programming languages to learn?
Oh yeah. If you're interested, I can go about programming languages.
Yes, please. That's fine.
So, programming languages, you don't need to learn a lot of programming languages, because if you know the subject which stands behind the programming languages, you can easily switch from one language to another. So, basically it's just syntaxes. Everything that stands behind it, it's the same. The same logic, same math, same algorithms. Well, there are just three main range of programming languages. This is linear programming, well, object-oriented programming, and functional programming. There are kind of several more, but they are not widely used. So if you know just what stands behind it, you can program in any language that you want.
Probably just should someone or isn't going to work as a programming language. And probably still, if you're not about to start looking for a job in IT industry, probably you should just try to learn one language, because
Of course, one.
because people who know a programming language, they think a little bit different, and you look at things a little bit different. And when you're just, I don't know, preparing a presentation, for example, people who have some basic knowledge in programming, they usually structure differently. If you want,
Oh, please.
yeah.
Tell me about it.
She don't like technicians.
I mean, basically, people
I love technicians.
for dinner. My point is that programming isn't just a job or something that people do for a living.
Yeah, that's like a
it
world.
changes a little bit, like studying languages. Studying programming languages changes a little bit how you think.
I haven't noticed any changes in my speeches and in my presentations before and after I
spend my you haven't spent enough time in this.
Oh, okay.
You mean you learn the language, programming language, and you see no difference.
Yeah, like my speeches were structured before, and they're still structured.
No, it's not about the speech. Maybe it's our.
Did you notice
well,
strange
how
synthesis in my
how we treat
communication,
information.
in my written?
I guess.
This is
So like you
the-
have to program for some amount of hours, and after that you are not understandable to anybody.
Well,
Okay.
No,
You are only clear to the
Well,
programmers.
actually, you know, sometimes you can tell if a person ever programmed or not,
Is it program?
because sometimes people just don't realize that simple conceptions are structured information.
I want research on that.
organizing.
I cannot just trust you.
Just experience. For example, recently I sent a file to someone perfectly structured, and that someone kept complaining that she didn't understand.
Oh, I didn't complain. I just opened it and closed it.
Right.
And what was wrong
I
with
didn't
this
even
file?
start.
What was wrong with this file?
It
There was a
table.
bunch of tables.
Yeah, which we was discussing like half an hour ago.
No, like when I couldn't even read the text accompanying those tables.
You know, I sometimes
I didn't want to read it basically.
sometimes I can't read prose or some like normal human language just because I can't focus on the lines. Well,
Because it's not like structured enough, you would want to have it like tabbed and
not the
Actually-
string by itself, but the thoughts in these like several lines.
alright.
There is something like old Bible or some poetry like Shakespeare written in a programming language.
Oh, would be nice.
So,
They are kind of fucked.
Actually, just at school I read it. Well, and like resume of my presentation. About all topics which I mentioned, I can make a separate presentation. And if you're interested in some fields which I mentioned in this presentation, just ask. Just say. Well, I guess that's all.
Do you use in real life your special devices?
Every day.
You're dangerous man!
It's my
I
plan.
want this
Isn't that why you asked for floppy disk?
poem girl.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can play music with floppy
Yellow.
disks.
You wanted to make
I don't know
a device
when I
that
finish
can play music, or you wanted to build a
to build a
3D?
I wanted to do it both of them.
Oh,
It's not a printer, just a
I
plotter.
don't know really.
We just
What?
plotter things that
Mm-hmm.
writes.
That also here.
It is
And if you have floppy, probably I'll just
it is
make
not
producing some sounds.
Like Star Wars
Yeah.
music.
And right now, all this engineering is not about creating new things. It's about using things that already exist.
Magic.
What?
That's
what
magic.
device
It exists.
you put near the
Oh, this is just a mouse.
No.
Yeah, we especially love the word just. This is just a mouse.
Oh, this is a receiver which can
Yeah.
receive signals from 85 megahertz to 2.4 gigahertz. And then the software defined radio.
Okay. And can you make the same by yourself?
Yes.
Great.
I know. So, and I made one during my practice in university. When I was graduating, I was made modification of vector spectrum or vector cable network analyzer. And it's well, basically the same principles used in this device. network analyzer which sends, first it sends signal into the cable and then it receives. Judging on received signal, you can judge is cable damaged, some characteristic of the cable used in telecommunication technologies, optic technologies, and so forth. Well, questions? As usual. Actually, mouse is not destroyed, it's still working.
Sure.
Ancient